Everyone, it's Vivian Cherie here, author and founder of the School of Purpose Academy. I want to welcome all of you entrepreneurs to Entrepreneur City. This is the business training where we take billion-dollar brands and hack them down so that you can use it in your small business. Well, guys, today I'm bringing you the beginning of a new series. This is the restaurant series, How to Dominate in Any Economy. This one right here, guys, is going to hit it out the park because during this COVID-19 crisis, even though in my beliefs, in my opinion, restaurants are definitely essential because they service on a completely different level along with the grocery stores. A lot of them have been really facing hard times during this COVID-19 crisis. So I wanted to bring a training to you that is completely all about you that's involved in the restaurant business. So more specifically today, we're going to be talking about how to build a cash flow empire with the restaurant in the digital era. Listen, guys, grab pen and paper. You really want to get rid of all the distractions because we're going to be giving you the Bulletproof Restaurant Business Plan. We're going to be talking about how to thrive in any economy, how you can use Amazon tactics for explosive growth and domination. So guys, listen, this is definitely going to be some information that you can take today, walk away with, and implement it in your business without spending a dime. Now, keep in mind, as I did say, go ahead and grab your pen and paper. I promise you, you're definitely going to want to take notes today because we're going to touch bases on all types of restaurants. So regardless, maybe you're thinking, well, I don't know if this is for me. Well, guess what? If you have a restaurant business, whether it be a restaurant truck, fine dining, cafe, drive-in, dive-in, a boutique-style restaurant, maybe a meal delivery service. We're going to touch bases on all of it. And we're going to give you this bulletproof plan that's going to give you the power to be able to make money in any economy. Okay, that's my promise to you. However, there's one thing I must advise you of is I'm going to give you a lot of information today. And 9 out of 10, you're going to have questions that you really want to get deeper into, but we just won't have the time. So I promise you, before this is all over, I'll give you the opportunity to work with me on a one-on-one basis or contact me with additional and further questions or concerns, okay? Until then, let's jump into this training. So let's talk about, first off, why should you even care about bulletproofing your restaurant business? First off, we have the pandemic outbreak. Right now, currently, we're all going through the COVID-19 crisis as a globe. Okay, this one reason alone should really give you the hardcore reality of the type of environment and world that we're living in right now. You know, it was a time when we could say, hey, it doesn't happen here, but COVID-19 is really a reality check that anything could happen anywhere to anyone. And this one reason alone should really give you a more awareness about wanting to bulletproof your business. But we have floods, extreme weather, forest fires, right? California, Australia, the Amazon. We have a lot of different things going on, shifting with the weather. It's funny because right now I'm coming to you live May 11th. And to my surprise, normally I'm out of Atlanta, Georgia. And normally it's hot right now. We're in the second week of May, and it literally right now is about 55 degrees, maybe 60. But that's actually kind of cold for this time of year. And I say all that to say, guys, we're living in a different environment, different times, and you have to shape and shift your business so that it will be able to handle anything that life throws your way. Okay? I truly believe that everything that we're going to be talking about and everything that we're experiencing as a globe is all about a wake-up call. And it's the importance of proper proactive planning and execution. You know, we have been around for a while and we have been talking about bulletproofing your business, becoming a business that's flexible enough to handle whatever life throws your way and still being able to generate income. But a lot of people just have this mindset that I don't need to bulletproof anything. I don't need to have a contingency plan, you know, just in case someone cannot physically come into my restaurant. Well, guess what? Now we're facing this same situation that a lot of us kind of slept on. You know, we first hit this reality as a globe, especially as a country here in the U.S. During 9/11. So here is another go around with getting your business to become a flexible business that can work with you during any way, shape, or form. This is definitely a wake-up call. Okay. And truly, to be honestly, guys, with you, it's all about having the option to expand in any economy. No matter what is going on in the world, you can read your newspaper news. You can go and get, I remember, I think it was called microfilm. That was one of the coolest things about the library, how you could go back and look 100 years, 50 years back and see different newspaper articles and clippings and editions. I sell it to say, guys, you can look back at any time in history where there was something going on, whether it been war, a forest fire, floods, a flu outbreak, or anything. There was always people that were making money during that time. But it's all about having a plan of action together and put in place before it happened. So today I want to give you complete access to that so that you can pick up the pieces wherever you are right now and start to grow and survive and thrive during this particular time. Now, who am I and why should you even listen to me? Well, listen, I've worked for 3 Fortune 500 companies in leadership, branding, and marketing. The industries were the top customer-centric industries, in my opinion, which was hospitality management, which would be food and lodging, pharmaceuticals, as well as technology. Working for the pharmaceutical gave me an opportunity to understand that there are certain processes that you must have in place if you want a brand that people will start to love and become a fanatic about, because you are giving them consistent results on a regular basis. Okay, no matter how many locations you have, they are getting a consistent customer experience. Okay, and then working for hospitality management, one thing about being in this particular industry, whether you were in food or lodging, people do not give you that many times to mess up an order or some type of request that they have. They're going to give you raw feedback right away. And this is something that also helped me understand what is most important to your customers and how you can get it right every time. And last but not least, working for the number one wireless communication company in America gave me a cutting edge education on how to implement and integrate technology into your business. If you want to have an app, on-demand delivery service, anything that involves technology, this particular company gave me firsthand access to be able to learn it inside out so that now I can share with you. Well, I decided to branch off on my own after doing several interns for several celebrity brands such as the Housewives franchise. It just brings me more pleasure and joy. When you really start to understand how important the small business infrastructure is to America, you really will understand why one could be so passionate about the survival and the thriving of the small business community. Number one reason being, 60% of Americans are employed by small business organizations. What do I mean by a small business? Well, a small business is considered to be 1 to 500 employees. So if you fall anywhere in that bracket, according to the governments and the regulations here in the U.S., it's considered a small business. And truth be told, regardless if you have a team of 1 to 500, you play a very important piece to it. So let's talk about economics for the entrepreneur, particularly in the restaurant industry. Well, guys, economics is all about a system, right? A system of how your local government grows. Okay, it's almost, think about the Monopoly game. Okay, how do you make your community grow? And this is why these trainings are so important, because you as a restaurant owner, you're very important to your community. Excuse me. So for an example, in your economy, you have 3 pieces. You have your local community, which is me, yourself, me and I, you and I, excuse me. And then you have, friends and family, obviously. But then you have your government. Your government is in the middle. They create all the regulations and the laws that are needed for your area to continue to have growth, like school systems and regulation and waste disposal and great roads to ride down. Okay, so we need the governments to make sure we have things in place so that people will continue to want to move to our area to make it grow. And last but not least, we have the business people, the entrepreneurs, which is you. Okay, you provide so much support to your community that a lot of times businesses, they don't even realize it, especially the small businesses. So for an example, you're providing a need to your community. So whether they know it or not, sometimes as a restaurant, like even right now, a lot of people don't have access to get out their house. So if you have a restaurant where someone could pick up food or you're delivering, you are an essential piece to your community. This is why it's important, and this is why we're bringing you this training. But the other piece to it, some of you are employing people. Okay, so when you are employing people in your community, that's a whole completely another level of support. Why? Because this makes your community attractive to want outsiders to move in, right? But not only that, you're helping your fellow man to provide for his and her families by employing them at your business. So it's a must that you are able to dominate and survive and thrive during any economy crisis or challenge. So today we're going to talk about Amazon domination secret tactics and how you can use them specifically in your restaurant business. Amazon is one of those companies that we've seen it from the bottom and how it just flourished into something massive. Love it or hate it, they follow certain principles of being in business, which really guaranteed their success. Don't get me wrong, guys. There's no guarantees in life, only taxes and death. I'm sorry to break the bad news to you. However, there are certain principles and fundamentals of business, they never change. Over the last hundreds of years of business and commerce, you can record it and research it way back to the steel industry, to the industrial industry, right? You can record it way back, research it way back then and see these same fundamentals and principles working in the business over and over and over again. And sometimes it's weird because a lot of businesses try to skip over the fundamentals because you hear so much about the new gadget, the new technology, the new website, this new must have. But here's the fact here. If you don't have the fundamentals and principles, you will not have a strong foundation in your business to be able to survive just from day one. You see, technology helps us remain stronger, but the business fundamentals and principles of business has nothing to do with technology. And you're going to discover that while we're discussing and giving you the tactics that Amazon has been using over the years to take their business to the next level. Okay, so you got your pen and paper? If so, let's jump in. First off, one thing I realized about Amazon is that Jeff Bezos had a mindset shift. Okay. And the mindset shift, this truly is something that could make or break your business during challenging times. You want to turn opposition into opportunity. Okay. You want to turn opposition into opportunity. When you think about it and look at everything that Amazon stands for, they have taken an opposition and turned it into an opportunity. Prime, 2-day Prime service, even though it's a membership service, they have taken it into a great opportunity now because people would like to get their items delivered at a speed, fast time. And they are making it possible. Okay. There's a lot of different things that you can do to shift your mindset. But here is the number one thing when we're talking about the restaurant business that you want to have. This is the number one mindset shift you want to have. Well, the second one. You are in business to solve a problem. I'm going to let that sink in. You are in business to solve a problem. So you as a restaurant owner, I want you to take 5 to 7 seconds and think about your menu. And think about your menu in the, think about it from the angle of solving a problem of a particular customer. I want you to think about that from 5 to 7 seconds. And guys, while I'm giving you this training, I want you to know I'm sitting out on the patio because it's such a beautiful day. It's a little bit cool out, but it's so sunny and beautiful. I hope you guys, if you're somewhere where the sun is shining bright, make sure you get out and soak up some of that vitamin D because it definitely helps to strengthen your immune system on a natural, organic basis. Okay, so if you guys hear wind, hopefully there won't be any sirens riding by, but that's the background noise. Okay, now you are in business to solve a problem, so it's more about your client being hungry, right? You may have the cuisine where your clients are vegetarians. You may have the cuisine where they're tired and don't feel like cooking. Or you may have the problem solver, I should say, that it saves them the time. Okay, and they can still get something healthy or get something fast or fresh or something sweet. Whatever it is, guys, it doesn't matter what your menu consists of. You are in business to solve a problem. And when you can take hold of that mindset shift, this is major. You literally could look at your menu in a completely different manner, and it would literally give you countless ways that you can market your business. So let's start off with something that will give you a bulletproof, a great idea and something set in stone so that you can set your business up to prosper in any economy. Okay, so what is a plan all about? Well, it's going to set direction and priority. Okay, you need direction. Where are you going? Where do you want to end up? That's the first thing that you want to discuss when you're starting off with your bulletproof business plan. Number one, what is your ending goal? What is the most important thing to you? Now, I was going to say, how much money do you want to make? But some of you guys may be making a lot of money. Maybe you want to transition to where you can take more time off. Maybe you're making so much money right now that you can't even get away and spend time with your family right now. And it was like this before COVID-19, and now it's really like this. So you're trying to find different ways that you can break free and spend more time doing other things. This is why you need a plan, so it's at priority. But we're going to give you the strategy because it's going to set the direction and the priority of where you need to go. Okay. It also tells you this. We were living in a world full of distractions, right? So for the example, every time you turn around, there's something that's there to interrupt you. Like right now, even though I was telling you guys to get rid of your phones because this information I'm going to give you is so golden. Okay, seriously. I've looked online. I've started a meal prep service myself. I've been in a catering business. So guys, I'm there where you have been. And I know for a fact there is not a lot of resources. There's a lot of books, but there's not a lot of good videos out to really give you a steadfast plan to ramp up the sales or get free time in your business. And today, that's what we're going to be bringing you. So think about your ending goal. Start off with that in your plan. Next, you must understand that Amazon and all these other billion-dollar brands that we're going to be taking these fundamentals and principles from, they understand exactly who their ideal client is. Okay, ideal client meaning there's going to be a particular type of person that wants your service more than others. Okay, there are certain categories. So for an example, some of you might be saying, I don't get it. Well, guess what? If you have a vegan restaurant, everybody's not going to want vegan food. If you have a barbecue pit, everybody's not going to want barbecue. If you have a Chinese restaurant, everybody does not eat Chinese food. Okay, so it's not about the cuisine so much. It's about the people that will enjoy it the most and why. So we're going to break it down in several categories, and then I'm going to give you 2 questions that you can ask yourself that will give you an express way to figure out who are your ideal client profile. Well, number 1, think about geographical location. Now listen, if you have a restaurant and you have a brick and mortar restaurant business or food truck or catering business, you want to know the detailed information about the zip codes in your surrounding area. This right here is so important. This is so fundamental, but a lot of people look over this detail. If you have a retail location, a restaurant, and you really want it to thrive, you must know more about your customer than they do. So for an example, if your restaurant is located in a particular place and you have a family setting, you should know every single subdivision in your area. What are the main subdivisions that have the zip codes in your area? Okay, maybe you travel a lot and you travel for particular events, right? So maybe you're getting to the demographical areas where you're talking about age, sex, location. Maybe they have a family. Okay, maybe they have a certain college educational level. Psychographical information are the things that they're into. Maybe they're pet lovers, vegans, they love to work out. Are they health fanatics? Behavioral information. Some people only go out on occasion. Maybe it's their wedding anniversary, a birthday, a holiday. Okay, these are all ideas and clues as far as how you can really boil down to get an ideal client profile. Why is this important? Well, first off, when you understand that everybody will truly not be able to come to your magnificent, beautiful business. So, with that being said, we only want to focus our time, effort, and energy on the people that will come, that may be more highly likely to visit our establishment. So, the two questions that you can ask yourself is number one, who is coming to my business right now? Who are those people? What do they look like? What do they care about? What's most important to them? When you think about who is actually coming to your restaurant right now. Now, some of you might say, well, you're just getting started out, or you don't hardly have a restaurant. You don't hardly have customers, excuse me. Well, go in your local area and ride around and go visit the restaurants that want the same ambience, that you want the same ambience as they do. You may or may not have the same cuisine, okay? But it's good to go somewhere that has the same cuisine, obviously. But even if you have a certain type of brand, some of you may have fine dining. So it's not about the cuisine. You may have a cafe or a wing shop. So it's not about the cuisine. It's about the problems you solve with the type of people that you're currently going to be reaching out to. So ask yourself, who do I have right now? Who are these people? And if I don't have a restaurant, let me check out some of my competitors. This is what a competitor is really good for. Some people get angry and jealous and feel, inequipped around competitors, but competition is nothing there but to make you level up. Whether they are better than you or they right behind you, it makes you speed up your path, speed up your pace, and you want to take it to the next level because you want to stay ahead. And a competitor is also a learning tool. Someone's doing it better than you, you can learn from them and model it. It's called modeling. It's nothing about copying. It's all about modeling the best to become the best. So for an example, I was just doing a training about the subscription-based services. Now, Stitch Fix is really known for in the fashion industry, to get the boxes, the automated services. But we have Blue Chef, we have Blue Apron, Home Chef, excuse me. These are all in the food industries. But then you had Amazon. Again, they ended up touching into that because it was a proven model. They didn't start it off. It's not about them copying. They have their own style, right? But they saw that it was a profitable tactic and they started to use it. And that's what we're going to be doing today. The second question that you need to ask yourself is, who can truly afford my food, my ambience, my experience? Who would truly value it? Not just for the dollar amount, but who truly values that I have a homegrown garden in the back? So instead of charging $2 for French fries, we're charging $5 for a large one only. Okay. Why? Because the fruit, the vegetables are organic and it's grown in the back. It's the experience of it all. You really want to ask yourself this because in times of crisis, you don't want to be bothered with everyone only looking for a discount. It's obvious that we all want a good discount every now and then, but you can't build a business off of people that are only looking for discounts unless you have something like a Groupon and you own the Groupon. But other than that, guys, you really want to set yourself apart by deciding who are the people that really appreciates my service. Why? Because these are the people that are going to become your die-hard fans. Next, one of Amazon's tactics they use is all about innovation, keeping it fresh. That's one thing about this company. It's really crazy because it's not crazy, but it's really funny because Amazon followed the blueprint of the fundamentals that I was telling you guys about that has been around for over hundreds of years. Nike, Apple, all of them follow these same fundamentals. And Amazon is this huge mammoth gigantic of a company now for following these principles. But what they do is they know how to keep it fresh. So let me give you an example. Let's talk about innovation first. Innovation is nothing more. We hear this word all the time. Innovation, innovation, innovation. And some of you are like, well, what is innovation? How can I innovate what I'm doing? Innovation is nothing more than taking the old and taking a new technology, combining it together to serve the marketplace better. So for an example, let's take Uber. Taxi cab has been around since the beginning of man, right? Taxi cab has been around for a very long time. But when you combine taxi cab with GPS and the app technology, you have Uber, right? You have a simple app that completely turned the taxi cab era or program or business upside down. Simply because of that innovation. Okay, even with DoorDash, Uber Eats took it. DoorDash had been around for a while. I believe it's DoorDash or Grubhub. They've actually been around for a while, but they never really just tapped into what Uber did. Uber saw that the same model worked for cars. They saw that it worked good for food. So they used that same app technology with GPS tracking and they combined them. And now they have Uber Eats. And that's another successful company that they have. It's been around for a while with Grubhub and DoorDash. I remember taking different trips and seeing those DoorDash. I can't remember which one, DoorDash or Grubhub. Seeing their menu in the hotel rooms, but they was always so select, right? There were hardly no options, and to be honest with you, they were quite expensive. So what did Uber did? They came right in, an industry that had already been in business. They came right in and did their innovation, and there you go. We have history. So Amazon has done this with their business. So for an example, they started off with only books. And by the way, that's one of the fundamentals and principles of business, to specialize in something. And we're going to get more into that, but I want to point it out. They started off with books. Amazon has everything you could need or want right now. You probably can buy a house off of Amazon. I was looking at a restaurant truck the other day on Amazon and eBay. So that's telling you how we're taking old school ideas and bringing them to technology and innovating them. Now, Amazon, they started off with books, right? I was loving it. I was buying all type of recipe books and everything. But then what they did is they created Kindle, because they understood a lot of people don't want all of these books. They want to be able to have an e-reader. They took the opportunity to capitalize off of the tablet phase or trend that was going on at that time, and they created the Kindle. That's a huge part of their business. They started off with that one thing. This is all about keeping it fresh. They started off with regular books, then they went on to the Kindle. Okay, Amazon, now they have everything. They started off, now they have, you can buy groceries online. They have the Amazon Go. They started off with buying wholesale foods, right? Or Whole Foods. Now you can go in a grocery store, but guess what? Now they have something called Amazon Go, where it is fully automated, a fully automated grocery store where you simply tap to get in, and it'll add to your cart, your online cart, your Amazon account. That is so innovative, guys. So innovative. And it's all about keeping it fresh. Now think about your business. Think about some ideas. Maybe you've been working with some ideas and you want to keep it fresh. And here's something I want you to understand before I give you a few ideas for your business today. Keep in mind, another business could already be doing it. So for another example about keeping it fresh, I want to give you, because I want you to understand it doesn't have to be something that you created, and you don't have to feel guilty about using it, because in business it's all about modeling. This is why this particular training always takes the $1 billion brand secret tactics and break them down for the small businesses, because they have spent millions of dollars to prove that it works. So we don't want to spend millions. Majority of us probably don't have millions, but if we do, we want to keep them. If you have billions, you have plenty of money to test out, right? So this is why we're taking the $1 billion brands and hacking it down so that you can use it in your small business. So as I was saying, it doesn't have to be something that you created. So for an example, Burger King, they took advantage of how everybody else was talking about the the vegan phase. And they came out with the Impossible Whopper. And I'm not saying vegan is a phase, but I'm just saying it was a hot topic. And they added that to the menu to keep it fresh and innovative. Now I can go to Burger King and not only get a flame broiled, I could get one that's so good and it happens to be a vegan burger. That's really cool. That's what keeping it fresh is all about, and innovation. So let's talk about some things that you can implement starting today. Now, first off, as far as innovation goes, you must understand that we are mainly in an on-demand society. Take this time out right now to think about, what does your customer base want? What do they truly want? What's most important to them? Is it to save time? Is it to get together with family? Is it special holidays or special occasions? What is it that they want that you can serve as an on-demand service? This is really what innovation right now is all about. It's all about the on-demand services. Now, to be honest with you, just to start off with, in the restaurant business, you are truly in the biggest food fight of your business life, because you want to be able to, no, excuse me, you have to be able to stand out a part of and from your competition. Okay. You have to, because there is so much competition in the food industry. Okay. And one thing that you must understand, that every restaurant that is super successful now, they are known for something in particular, because it's all about positioning. How do you position your brand to stand out from your competition? So for an example, Chick-fil-A sells only chicken, right? Burger King, flame broiled. Wendy's, frozen, not, or fresh, not frozen. Subway, all about sandwiches. Okay. Slutty Vegan, that's a wonderful restaurant that always has people lined up outside. I'm not sure right now during COVID-19, but they, prior to this, had people lined up outside. Okay. They were all about the vegan. So they're positioning themselves. What are you positioning yourselves to do? So some of you might say, well, I just have a cafe. I just sell wings. Okay, if you only sell wings, how are you separating yourself from the competition? If there's 3 other wing spots on the block, how are you separating yourself from them? Is it with ambience? Is it with delivery? Is it with several different things, several different ways that you can position your brand? And we're going to talk about that, because this is what it's truly all about, positioning your brand. Number 1, you must have a fully functional website. An app would also be great as well, because it's all about the customer experience. Okay, so when they come in your restaurant, when they look at your website, is it the same? Can they find the same cuisine? Do they have a hard time finding you online? That was another issue that I had, guys. A lot of time when I travel and you want to see and check out what the city has to offer, we all go on there. We're looking for reviews. We're looking for different things. I find it so hard to find restaurants information, especially a menu. It's like you have to jump through hoops to find a menu. Listen, make it easy for people to find you online. Okay. And you do that with a website and or an app, because you know what happens? What happens is, when we can't find you online, we just say, you know what, forget it. I'm going to go to McDonald's. The same old, same old. And there's nothing wrong with McDonald's. But McDonald's has been making billions for a very long time. It's time that we take and use some of these same tactics that they use. Okay. And in order to do that, we must make sure that we're covering all the groundwork and fundamentals that we can. And we must start off with having some digital real estate in the form of a website and or an app. A website is definitely a must-have. An app, you don't necessarily need an app, but an app makes you have a more personal experience with the client. It's a more of a connectivity point with the client. Next, on-demand delivery app. So we were talking about a little bit how Uber came in, but here's the cool thing about it. The restaurant saw that Uber was really doing it big with the Uber app. They didn't stop them from creating their own on-demand app. This is why you must understand that even though all this stuff is going on right now, there's still room for you to innovate your business. See, because you didn't have to create it. Excuse me, guys. I had to get a drink. You don't have to be the originator of it. You just need to make sure that it works in your business and create something that is for your particular customer base. McDonald's now have their own delivery service, and Burger King, I just noticed, have their own delivery service. And guess what, guys? On-demand delivery app is really cool. Uber apps definitely blew it up. But to get delivery really started off with a lot of the pizza joints and the Chinese restaurants. Okay. They've been doing it for years. But they never took it and innovated it to have a map to do it. So this is what this is all about. Can you offer on-demand delivery an on-demand delivery app, which would be so cool right now. Even, I'm telling you something, guys, if you had this for your business right now, even if you charged at least a minimum of $15 to $20, it will still be profitable right now. Why? Because there's some people, even though they're coming out, there's some people that just truly do not want to come out right now. Not even to mention the people that don't have access to come out right now. This would be a great way to implement something in your business to continue to make money during any economy or crisis. Next, curbside delivery options. One of my favorites. If you got the food truck, guys, you can pull up. Okay, but there's two types of curbside delivery options that we're going to explore right now. Number one, the food truck, obviously, which is an awesome option that you could definitely use for your business, pulling right up with your essential dishes or your complete menu. You could literally you could partner with your local businesses and tell them, hey, we'll be in the area. Do you mind if we pull up around this time? And they'll say yes or no. But guess what? How many corporate spaces do you have in your city? So really, if one say no, that's okay. It's not a problem. There are so many more that might want my services. Now, the second curbside delivery option that I learned, which was really cool to me, was from Honey Baked Ham. Honey Baked Ham had a service, well, they still have it, where they'll come to your corporate office. They will bring picnic tables and they will set up lunch boxes downstairs in your lobby. Now, if you don't know about honey baked style ham, what is it? Honey style ham? That ham is so good, guys. They have ham and turkey. But long story short, they are mainly known around the holiday seasons is when they get a lot of traffic. But they sell deli meat. So what they do is they will take these sandwiches to a lobby of a business with a bag of, and they'll be on croissant rolls. So good, guys, with kettle chips, sometimes a pickle and a cookie. And they will sell them for about $7. I can promise you, if they set up shop at 11:30, by 12:30, 12 o'clock, there's no more boxes. There's no more. I've seen it over and over and over again. This is two examples of curbside delivery options. And here's the deal with the one where you set up in the lobby or with the food truck. You don't have to take your complete menu with you. You can just take the essential things or the hot sellers or the things that are most convenient that people will really enjoy. Next, meal kit solutions. Meal kit solutions is a great way to make your business so flexible and be able to make money during any time frame at all. Meal kit solutions is all about putting together the complete meal kit for that meal that they would normally come to your restaurant and pick up. So for an example, like here you have this burger. So say for instance, if one of your famous things is the burgers that you have, you literally could package those up in raw form, or you can even do the burgers, but pack them up with the buns and all the sides and toppings and things like that. And you could sell them as a meal kit. Okay. Blue Apron, Home Chef. These are now multi-million-dollar companies that sell meal kit solutions. I remember a long time ago outside of Chicago, around the time I was maybe about 16 years old, we were staying in this city outside of Chicago, and this company, they sold some really, really good chicken. But guess what, guys? You could buy the same chicken instead of them frying it for you. You could buy it already seasoned and breaded and take it home and fry it yourself. That was somewhat of a meal kit solution, because a meal kit solution mainly is a lot of times it's for 2 or more people, but I've seen some companies base it around 4 servings. This is what makes it unique. So it's not like they're coming to get one single meal, even though that's your option, that's your prerogative. You might sell it for $20. Okay. But most of the time it's for 2 or more people. Okay. That's something that's really, really cool. Next, strategic sampling. Listen, guys, strategic sampling is something that really is going to put you in a position to make money in any economy, because what strategic sampling does is strategic sampling gives people the opportunity to try different things on your menu. There's nothing that frustrates a person more is when they buy something and they do not enjoy it. Now they feel like they've wasted money. Then they have this feeling like, this is why I don't go to restaurants anyway. This is why I don't go to new restaurants. So what a company called David Teas did, they are an online tea company. They only sell tea, hot and cold. But they understand how people feel about trying new things, and they're very skeptical. They don't want to waste their money. So what they did was every time a client would purchase something from their website or one of their stores, what they would do is they would give them free samples of different things, free random samples, and have them to try it out and rate it. So that the next time around when they decide to order something, now they have a new palate. See, they have a new taste for something different without being disappointed if they liked it or not. This is something that you could definitely implement in your brand. Why? Because it gives people an opportunity to try something different. So when they come back, first off, it gives the expectation. You know what? Next time I go there, I'm going to try this out. You can create a punch card, not like a loyalty card, but you can create a punch card with all the different entrees or all the different sides that you have on your menu. It could even be a particular part of your menu that you want people to try. Every time they come in, you can punch it. And guess what? On those different things, you can require that they give you reviews and feedback. You can even require them that since they're getting that free sample, they must on site do a review after their dinner. Okay. So these are tactics that you can use to continue to get people to stay interested in your business, because it's not all about the money side to it, even though that's one of the most important parts. That's about keeping people curious and interested in keeping it fresh in your business so that people will continue to come and find out and learn more about it. You don't want them to get stale about your menu. This is why people continue to add things to their menu. And the way you can avoid them getting stale with your menu is implementing strategic sampling. Next, on-demand education. Guys, this one is so cool to me and it's so slept on, okay, if you don't mind me saying. So for an example, with on-demand education, which is so huge, and here's the thing, guys, you can implement this in your business without spending $10. You may spend $20 overall, right, outside of the money to market these services. So how could you use on-demand education? Well, some people love your food. They love your restaurant so much they probably could eat it every day, right? Some of you guys, say for instance, if you grew up in the Caribbean. So Caribbean food, you may possibly be able to eat it every single day, right? With that being said, on-demand education could come in so many different types of forms, but I'm going to tell you the two easiest that I do not see enough restaurants putting into play right now. Number one, do you guys remember cookbooks? Back in the day, around the holidays, different families and or restaurants would produce a seasonal cookbook. If you have a restaurant right now, you should have a cookbook. There's people that have moved out of town that cannot get your food anymore, but they would love to at least try to make it wherever they are now. Why not have a cookbook with some of your main dishes on there? And guess what, guys? Maybe you have a secret formula that you don't want to give away. Well, listen, most flavors come with a generic flavoring chart. It has certain things in it. You can always give them that, but still give them small pieces and secrets to your particular ingredients or your particular recipe. They will feel so connected about it and they will buy it. Imagine if you had this recipe book, whether it be online or offline, meaning it could be an ebook, which is completely free to make, or maybe you got some printed off, but you can do printing on demand now, right? So say for instance, if you had someone order it and you're charging them $10 to $20. Think about the profit margin that is when you only spent maybe $5 to even create it, if that. Okay, that's number one powerful way to use on-demand education. The other one is videos. Some of you guys may have a huge community. There's people that get together around different types of cuisine: Chinese food, Caribbean food, soul food, American food, sushi, hibachi. And these people, they love it so much, they would love to learn how to cook some of it. So why not have on-demand education? This way, people in your community could connect with your brand and the cooks. Okay, but here's another way you could implement on-demand education with the videos. Say, for instance, if you decided to add meal kit solutions to one of the things that you offer in your restaurant. Well, you could partner that with the on-demand education, which they have to pay for as well, or maybe it comes with the meal solution kit to teach them on site, on demand, how to create those dishes to perfection. See how cool that is? And listen, guys, everything that I just told you literally costs less than, and I keep going up, but I want you to understand it's so cheap. You could really do it for free, but I'm going to add money in there for marketing. So think about adding a completely new stream of income for $50. And it's going to continue to pay you over and over and over again, no matter what happens. That's very powerful. Next, meal prep solutions, which is one of my favorite things. I actually started a meal prep service and it's been going so well, guys. It's almost overwhelming. Okay. And meal prep solutions is all about preparing the meals really to one serving. Okay. That's the difference between meal prepping and meal kits. The other difference is meal preps is fully cooked. Meal kits can come fully cooked or partially cooked. But meal prep solutions, for the most part, are going to be fully cooked and you can dive right in whenever you so choose. Meal prep solutions are so cool, guys, because some people just want their food done for the whole week. I meal prep every week. On Sundays, I prepare big meals for whatever it is going to be for that whole week, and I prep it down all the way. I do not go without 3 days of food already prepped. There's people out there that will pay you for it, guys. They've been contacting me like crazy. Mine is based around the low carb lifestyle. Okay. But meal prep solutions, a great thing to add to your menu. I'm sure you can find all types of ways and creative ways to meal prep for people, whether it be through weight loss or just executives on the go. This is a great way to implement a new stream of income to your business. Not to mention, it is $1 billion industry. Drop shipping. This one is really cool, and I believe this is our last example of something that you can definitely implement in your business. Drop shipping is all about you not spending a dime in the front part of it. You simply find and curate products that you want to offer to your audience or your customer base. So for an example, maybe you have your own cookbook, like we were just talking about. Maybe you have your own videos, but now you want to start off with having your own certain type of cutlery sets or pots and pans, and you want to offer those. So now you've got online, you found a wholesaler. And now you're going to have them drop ship the information to different clients if they want to order those. But not only with pots and pans and cutlery, you can do this with seasoning. There's all type of on-demand services where you can get your own special spice blend where they will drop ship it to someone after they've paid. So basically drop shipping works like this. They see it on your website. This is why it's important for you to have a website. They see it on a website or a web page. They like it. They order it. They pay for it. You see the order come in. You go ahead and order it for them and you take the difference. So you're making your money up front. Guys, that's a super cash flow way of adding additional income to your business. Not to mention social distancing. It's cool because you can stay at home. This is something that you can have working in the background. You can get all type of merch for your restaurant brand that people that are diehard fans that want, and you can start to offer it to them without investing a dime in it. That's truly cool. Now, once you decide which one of these tactics, which one or more of these streams of revenue that you want to use to ensure that your brand can make money during any economy or crisis, you want to think about, how am I going to get the word out? So we're living in a digital economy where nothing ever sleeps. So you want 24 hours on demand PR, marketing, and sales. You must have it because there could be someone that just got off a flight and they're looking for something to eat. See, COVID-19 right now have a lot of things shut down, but trust and believe there's going to be a lot of things opening back up. Are you ready to handle that influx of customers? So here are some 24-hour on-demand PR tools that you can use to get the word out about your new services that you'll be implementing. Number one, social media. You already know social media is 24 hours a day, and it's really one of the best mechanisms to brand build for your restaurant. It takes more than social media, though. Social media is just a quick place for a person to find you. So for an example, if you just do not have a website, have a social media platform or page. Podcasting. I really love podcasting. Podcasting is another avenue that you really can get the word out about your business. Podcasting is all about speaking on your perspective of your particular industry, right? So if you're in the restaurant industry and it's fine dining, you might want to talk about why it's so important for the family to continue to go fine dining, how it brings them together. These are all your perspectives and thoughts wrapped up into a nice podcast episode. A great way for marketing and sales in any economy. Not to mention you can do it from home, in a car, wherever you want it to be. That's why it's so cool. Blogging. How many of you have found a recipe through a blog? Well, I know I have. I go through blogs all day, every day, and I really love them. They're very useful and they're cool. A blog is nothing more than an electronic journal, an electronic or online diary. Okay. And they're very useful. And here's the deal. They're free to make. Everything that I just discussed with you is actually free on the production side. And blogging is no different. You can find so many recipes online through blogs. One of my favorite food blogs is, The Food Critic is a good one, but the Salty Marshmallow. I don't know what it is. That website has some wonderful, 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 wonderful things. And you could have it as well to continue to connect with people from all over the world that just loves your restaurant brand, your style. Okay, these are tools that you can take advantage of to tell them about the new services that you'll be providing. Then we have solo ads, and solo ads are so really cool. Listen, solo ads are super duper targeted ads that are sent to particular people, specific people. So you might say, I want parents between the ages of 30 and 40 in this particular zip code. All of your information that you want sent will be sent to that criteria. This is why solo ads are so cool. It's an instant way to find targeted people that really would like what you want. So if you say, I want to target to 500,000 people in the San Francisco area, contact you a solo ad distributor and they will be able to make that happen for you. But here's the other kicker. You literally could get your ad information in front of 1,300 people every month for $10 a week. $10 a week. 1,500 people. You can't beat that. You cannot beat it. I mean, you could do that and take out flyers. Think about that. If you did that on a 90-day span where you continue to do the solo ads and you went out with flyers, man, I tell you, even if you got 10 more customers out of that, that's something major. Now, the point is to have a business that is flexible so that you can operate and generate income in any economy or crisis. This is truly what this all comes down to. I know it was a lot of information that was shared here today, but the main point being is to have a business that is flexible enough so you can operate in any economy or crisis, period, point blank. Why? Because even though the world may stop, your bills won't stop. Your life won't stop. Your family will still need what they need. And you need you need a business that can handle and support that lifestyle as well. So are you skeptical about everything that I'm talking about today? The examples that I gave you, I'm sure you see them working around all over the place through Amazon and many other businesses as well. But sometimes we find ourselves still being skeptical about the action and the proof that we see around us. And that's quite all right. Because at the end of the day, guys, you always have options as far as how your business goes, as well as your life. The thing is, you want to choose wisely. So choice number one, you can take all of this information that you've learned here today and you can study it on your own. And truth be told, that's not a bad choice because you're doing something. But I must warn you that this takes years of time and thousands of dollars to invest, okay, to do it on your own. It's always more expensive, but it's always better than doing nothing, which is choice number two. Some people might decide, hey, you want to wait until everything blows over and get back to normal, whatever that may be. And that's totally fine. Just know that doing nothing, it's still a decision, okay? And that'll be a decision that you'll have to live with. And then finally, choice number three, you really could take a front row seat to the biggest business shift of 2020 and transform your business into a bulletproof business powerhouse. At the end of the day, you either going to watch things happen or you're going to make them happen. And choice number three is all about making them happen. You don't want your blood, sweat, and tears or your idea to just go down the drain just because of some crisis or COVID-19 or anything else that may happen. And this is what you want to do. You want to transform your business into a bulletproof powerhouse. And if that's what you want to do today, I want to invite you to join other savvy small business owners to the Bulletproof Business Bootcamp. Here's what you get when you join today. You'll get a proven step-by-step blueprint that's used by Amazon, Apple, and Nike that's customized for small businesses such as yours. You'll get 24-hour access to the Small Business Growth Hack platform. So all of these different lessons that we're teaching you today, you will have instant 24-hour access. So if your business is open from 9 to 9, guess what? And it's more convenient for you to start learning at midnight because your kids go to sleep at 11:30. You'll have access to these trainings, so you won't miss anything. You're going to get fill-in-the-blank templates to create Apple-like community, sales, and follow-up. Community is all about creating that brand where people will buy anything that you decide to sell them. But you have to communicate with them on a regular basis. And we're going to give you the fill-in-the-blank templates to make it easy for you so that you can continue to build brand with these people and community and loyalty. Sales and follow-ups. Did you know that there's a fortune in follow-ups? People that leave your restaurant, how many times have you followed up with them? Okay, well, what if I told you can do it on an automatic basis? As soon as they leave, within 24 hours, you're sending them out a survey to make sure everything was good and nothing is getting under your nose. This is what we're going to give you. Then we're going to give you the one-page website template that will generate leads automatically. See, all of those ideas that we just went through, we're going to give you the one-page website template that will generate those leads automatically for you. Whether you're asleep or on vacation or busy, you still want to know who are interested in these different ideas that you have. And we're going to give you the one-page website template that's going to generate those leads on an automatic basis. And then if you want lasting success, you definitely need a coach. We're going to give you 30 days of one-on-one coaching. So regardless if you have a burger stand, a food truck, a fine dine restaurant, you will be able to ask those questions on a one-on-one basis so that you can accelerate your success. And then guess what? For the first 50 people that sign up today, we're going to give you an additional 60 days of one-on-one coaching. So that means you're going to have 90 days of one-on-one coaching to accelerate your success. But not only that, to ask those questions. Hey, I have a vegan restaurant. How should I go about doing this? Hey, I have a rib shack, or hey, I have a food truck. How should I go about doing this? This is what this 90 days of coaching is going to be for. Okay, and then you're going to get our 100% customer satisfaction guarantee. This is really huge because that means our promise to you is we won't quit until you win. See, we've been here for 7+ years and we're going to continue to be here because we are called to help the restaurant business and the small business community as a whole. Listen, guys, this is all for a one-time tax deductible investment of $57. You can't beat it at all. 10% of the sale will be donated to the feedamerica.org, which is an organization that really houses out food banks. I truly believe there should be no hungry people in America. It really angers me. And this is one of the causes that I'm really involved in. So we'll be donating 10% of the sales to the feedamerica.org and also to donate PPE to the frontline workers. You can check both of those organizations out online. Listen, guys, if you want to join this, invest in your business to take it to the next level for a one-time small tax deductible investment of $57, click the link in the description box, bit.ly/small business growth bootcamp, and I will see you on the other side, guys. Don't delay. Sign up today. Grab that 90 days of one-on-one coaching. It's worth the $57 in general. Listen, guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. Together, we can flatten the curve. We can fight the COVID-19 outbreak. Have a great day and stay safe.